Jalen Hurts just got the bag. 5 years, $255 million contract extension for the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback. We all knew this was coming. We all knew that the total valuation was going to be somewhere between $48 to $52 million per year. That was widely reported, and they hit the nail right on the head on that one because it got in at about $51 million a year if you just break it down by a per year average here. So with that said, guys, let's get into some of the specifics of what we know about the contract while keeping in mind more specific details are going to roll out in the next couple of days. All right, y'all, let's get it. What's up, Cerebral Football fans? My name is Steven Hyder. This is Gate City Sports Channel. To start off with, I'll just say this. I'm happy for this young man. This young man deserved the paycheck he's getting. He's been an incredible story for the Philadelphia Eagles. This dude is an incredible leader inside the locker room. If you're going to invest a certain percentage of your cap towards a specific player, this is the type of player that you want to invest that type of capital in. And I know people are going to critique it. And they're going to criticize and say, oh, you're spending too much money on a quarterback. When the quarterback is Jalen Hurts, I'm okay spending this type of money. I think we're going to be just fine, to be quite honest here. With that said, let's go over some of the specifics of the numbers and what we know now. The $255 million of the total contract valuation is the second highest in NFL history. It only follows the $450 million that Patrick Mahomes got over a 10-year contract. And to me, I will start off there by saying I was kind of suspecting they might try to do a baseball-style contract here where they do those really long 7, 8, 9, 10-year contracts with like huge money, huge total values like we saw with Patrick Mahomes, because it gives your team a lot of cap flexibility when you do that. When you break down Pat Mahomes' like contract, I think it's like somewhere around $45 million or so. 5 years, probably. I thought there'd probably be another year or two added to the contract valuation there, but also, it's a fair deal. It's a very fair deal for the player. We knew that whoever came up first between Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert, we know those dudes were about to get paid. You can even add Lawrence. I think Lawrence has one more year to be eligible for a contract, but you wanted to be the first to market on these guys or else the money was just going to go up, guys. It's the way it works. So the $179 million in total guarantees is also the second most in NFL history. It only trails Deshaun Watson's $230 million fully guaranteed contract he got last year from the Houston Texans. And I will say cash flow is everything when it comes to quarterback contracts. And Jalen Hurts did do the Philadelphia Eagles a solid here by not asking for a fully guaranteed, I want to top Deshaun Watson's contract type contract structure. He could have done that. It was within his rights to do that. He definitely proved himself last year, but he didn't do that. And that's what I kept trying to tell people, to pay attention to the contract structure, because while Jalen Hurts has got to do the right thing for all quarterbacks coming up behind him and for the position group as a whole and for NFL players as a whole, at the same time, he can do some subtle things to help the Philadelphia Eagles out. And one of those things has to do with the fact that he did not ask for more guaranteed money than Deshaun Watson, which probably would have gridlocked the negotiations into a stall. He didn't do that, and he got paid pretty dang well, second highest guy right now. The $110 million due to him at signing, meaning it's guaranteed at signing, guys. And Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Jalen Hurts. He is now the third highest paid guy in terms of guaranteed at the signing of the contract. So I'm going to take a wild guess here that probably the $110 million, I don't know this to be factual yet, guys, until all the details get leaked, but I'm going to take a wild guess that that's the signing bonus number, or at least the majority of that is in a signing bonus, to be quite honest. And then by March of 2024, he kicks in and gets some extra money. It's probably some kind of a roster bonus type structure to the deal here, guys, to where then it goes from $110 million guaranteed to $126 million guaranteed by 2024. And then you see it keeps escalating until you reach that 179, guys. So what is he going to make in 2023? The numbers just kind of rolled out to where they gave us a little hint here, and they said that basically he's going to get a $23,294,000 charge in a signing bonus against the cap. You add that into the money he was already going to make, guys, and he's probably going to be, I don't know offhand, but I'm going to say somewhere around 25, a little bit more, 25, 26 is probably. Somewhere in that area is probably what he's going to count against the cap for 2023. But total between 2023 and 2024, we do know that that number is going to be about $64 million is what he's going to count in these first 2 years of the contract. Now, you can say that's not technically the first 2 years of the extension. That's this year, and it's going into next year. And the one thing you can say is what they did is they took advantage of the last year of a rookie contract to get some of that money they're going to pay him. They're taking $23 million of it and putting it in this year. So, I mean, they are manipulating things a little bit there by doing that, to be quite honest. Last and final note that I saw reported, guys, is that Nicole Lynn has just now negotiated the largest contract ever by a female agent. To be fair to Miss Lynn, let's be real here. I'm pretty sure that this ranks up there pretty highly, period. This is a major, huge contract, man. I mean, Jalen Hurts just got awarded by this organization for all the hard work he's put in, and I can't think of a more deserving person to get this type of bag. Elephant in the room. Yeah, I mean, people are going to come in here and they're going to try to nitpick it and say, like, oh, look, you just paid him. Now you got to try to win with this contract structure. Yeah, sure, that's true. But I think they're forgetting we have Howie Roseman. I think they're forgetting the culture that we've instilled and built here in Philadelphia and the importance that this quarterback, Jalen Hurts, is to the culture that's installed here. I'm okay with this. I'm pretty confident that if the front office does its job, which it's done a pretty good job of here recently, of stocking this offense with talent, and then finding a way of repurging and redoing this defense, because absolutely we're going through that structure right now of trying to identify talent on the cheap and through the draft young to try to build around here, right? We know this organization has a core philosophy, and the places it definitely invests money is on the defensive line, the offensive line, and the quarterback position. Now, what we have seen recently, and it will be interesting to see how this continues going forward, okay? We do know that they've invested at the skill position that we haven't seen in a while, right? Darius Slay got an extension. They brought back James Bradbury in an extension. You know, A.J. Brown got traded for and got handed a nice bag when he got here to Philadelphia. So they have done some things that they didn't necessarily do prior to this. And I think it's part of that is because I think Howie has learned over time. I think he's learned his lessons. I think he's learned from, previous failures. Now, it would be interesting to see what they do going forward, right? Because now that you have this bag here, we're going to have to wait and see how TV revenue shakes out, because that is going to reshape the map, guys. It's just going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up, that cap. So $51 million today will not be the same as $51 million 5 years from now. It just won't, to be, upfront and honest about it. It's very smart to be the first one to market. It was very smart of Howie Roseman to beat the Lamar Jackson contract in, to beat the Joe Burrow contract in, to beat the Justin Herbert contract in, right? To beat, whenever Trevor Lawrence, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is eligible yet, but he's going to be eligible pretty soon, to beat that contract in. Because, look at how much people said about how much that guys like Patrick Mahomes were getting paid, how much Josh Allen was getting paid. Well, those $40-some million contracts don't look that bad in light of what's about to come, right? Jalen just got 51. You know that Joe Burrow's going to get more than that. You know Lamar's going to probably get more than that. You know that there's a good chance that Justin Herbert's going to get more than that. There's a really good chance that Trevor Lawrence is going to get more than that. It's in the, it's the next man up, guys. It's just the way these contract structures work. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all's time and attention. Like I said, guys, pay attention to the structure. The guaranteed money, what he got, what he could have asked for, and what he did ask for. Pay attention to what's guaranteed at signing. All those details really help you wrap your head around what's going on in terms of the structure and what the cap implications will be, right? You could say $255 million, and that is a big number, but you got to realize how they're going to structure things and work things out. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all's time and attention, and I'll see you guys on the next video.